What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. And today, man, I felt like that was the perfect way to start the show. That picture was just perfect of everything what I'm feeling right now. You know, man said, bro, don't cancel Arteta already. The man's cancelled himself, bro. You know, them ones. History Channel FC. And big up to this man on my right shoulder, Patrick Vieira. Happy birthday today to probably the best centre midfielder that I've ever seen play for Arsenal. We're a long way away from the likes of these two in the background. You know, imagine me changing these two at the time and telling you in 2021 you're going to have Mohamed El Neni and Granit Xhaka. You know, things have seriously gone downhill. Mikel Arteta, thank you very much, mate, because you know what? For a content creator, you make life very easy for me. You know, I wake up some days, I think, boy, man, this could be a long day and we haven't signed no one. It's going to be nothing to talk about today. And then I wake up and I see Arsenal may be selling William Saliba. Arsenal may be selling William Saliba. I mean, I have to say it out loud just to make it make sense. As I say with Arsenal, if it makes sense, they won't do it. It's as simple as that. And Mikel Arteta, I had to put that picture up to start the show. I had to. Apologies for being late, people. I was I was getting prepared for this geezer. This guy. William Saliba. Where do we start? William Saliba. French under-21 international. Rated as one of the best young centre-backs in Europe, not just in France, in Europe. He was being compared to the new Rafa Varane. Apparently, even Real Madrid were watching him. Tottenham tried to sign him. Arsenal spent £27 million to get him in. It was seen as a major coup for Arsenal. But this guy, Picasso, this is what they called him in the press conference. Apparently, he's a footballing artist as a coach. I don't know what he's painting with because I've watched his football all season and that doesn't look like Picasso to me, my friend. That looks like a kid playing with crayons on a piece of paper. I don't see no Picasso drawings, bro. It's as simple as that. I just don't understand this manager. I don't get him. For me, the worst manager I've ever seen at Arsenal. This isn't reactionary based off this one thing that he's done with Saliba. This is based off 18 months of shocking, disgraceful man management of players. Man management is one of the biggest, most important things in football. And this guy, I'm sorry, he hasn't got it. He's like he's just like one of them leaders who, you know, it's my way or the highway, but you don't even know your way. Your CV is blank, bro. Your CV is blank. I can't get a job sending a blank piece of paper in, so why should you have got one? Because what Pep said, oh yeah, my mate's a good coach. So what? You fill up water bottles for Sterling. What kind of treatment is this? Some of these players have had bigger careers than him. I'm not saying that's got anything to do with it because some managers haven't had big careers. But what kind of foolishness is this guy getting away with? Again, Stan Kroenke, where are you? Absolute waste, man, Stan Kroenke. If I've spent £27 million on a young player, and I'm thinking, right, when I've signed this guy's either going to make me a lot of money in the future or he's going to be a star in our defence. And 2 years later, I've got this guy telling me he's selling him. For who? Okay, all right, you come into my office, yeah, and you go, right, cool. I want to sell William Saliba. I'll go, okay, why? Why do you want to sell him? I'm looking here, and he hasn't made one appearance for Arsenal. So do you know if he's good enough or not to play for Arsenal? All right, maybe you don't like his attitude or, you know, whatever. So who are you playing in front of him? Bob Boldin. Okay, Bob Boldin. £2.5 million from Bolton. Been at the club about 5 years. I'd say he's at the ceiling in terms of his career. I don't really think Rob Holding gets any better than the point he's at right now. So we've just lost 13 games with these centre-backs, apart from David Luiz, who's gone. And you're telling me that a guy we paid £27 million for, who hasn't played one game for us, can't get in that defence. That's what you're telling me, Picasso, mate. That's what you're telling me. No. It's not acceptable. Rob Holding, like you said, Darren, the man got a new contract. The man got a new deal. Man looked at Rob Holding and said, I want 4 more years of that. What I'm seeing you do, I want 4 more years of it. Put his money up, keep him. Are we Brexit FC right now? Like, yo, people, let me know, like, why are we getting rid of all these men and selling them to Europe? We said so many times we're a self-sustaining model. Surely what you have to do is create stars and sell them for huge profit. Yeah, I'll give Holding a new contract to protect his value, even though nobody don't want him. Absolutely insane what is going off. Made Rob Holding captain. Like you said, absolutely ludicrous. I don't understand how this guy gets away with it. At this point, I'd say it's sabotage. And no, it's more than rumours. It's more than rumours, Yusuf, mate. Certified sources are saying it. I'm telling you. Pandemic Pep, yeah. Wild. Let's get into the story. Chris Wheatley, who for me now, I'd say is one of the best when it comes to Arsenal news. I've got to be honest. William Saliba is assessing his options ahead of Ben White's likely move to Arsenal. The 20-year-old, 20 years of age, is expected to return for pre-season, but a loan move is the probable outcome. Newcastle, Nice, Marseille, and others want him. I mean, listen, man. Oh, dear me. I need answers. Do you know what? I'm looking to you guys in the comments. I need answers because I'm baffled. I'm absolutely baffled by what I'm reading. Loan. Apparently a loan with an obligation to buy him at the end of it. We paid £27 million for him. What are we going to do? Loan him to Newcastle and go and do a Joe Willock again and rip up the place, and then we're going to go, I already see how this story develops. We loan out Saliba. He goes and does great, and we buy Ben White for £45 million, and he don't look that much better than Rob Holding. That's what everything tells me what's going to happen. Of course, I could be totally wrong. But how can he not be given a chance? Why are we loaning him out? Just on a pure human perspective, I'm talking as a straight human being here. A player gets signed by the previous manager. There is a clause in that deal that he stays at that club until the end of the season. That's cool. Right? Mikel Arteta comes in during that season while he's out. He brings him back because his deal finishes. He gives him 1 game in pre-season. 1 game against MK Dons. Does okay. We watch the game on YouTube. And that's it. That's the end of it. Then he decides to keep him at the club. Okay, I'm going to keep him. Then they register the Premier League squad, and he doesn't put him in the Premier League squad and doesn't put him in the easiest Europa League squad groups stage that we've ever had. So you make him play under 23s for 6 months. If you didn't want him last season, he should have gone on loan at the start of the season. The guy lost his mum during the pandemic. What kind of an effect would that have on anybody in life? Let alone a guy who at the time was 19 years of age. He's come to this country. As a football manager, you actually have a duty of care to look after these players as well. Some of these guys are young. They're in different countries. They don't speak the language. You're more than a football manager. The guy's going through one of the hardest times of his life. He's a massive prospect in football, and you make him play under 23s for 6 months. Show the guy absolutely no care, no appreciation, and just abandon him while we're watching Arsenal lose 13 league games in a season. but everyone's telling me how much we've improved defensively. You then get to January and you loan him out to Nice. And like you said, Jashar, he registers Mustafi, who you then pay off to leave the football club in January, a guy who'd consistently proved he wasn't good enough. You loan him out in January. Saliba, as a 19-year-old, little bit of a chip on his shoulder. You know, I'm at Arsenal. You know, I'm on good money. He could have gone to Nice and just sulked and just thought, yeah, I'll sulk. I've been hard done by. I'm just going to sulk. Does this guy sulk? No, he doesn't. He goes to Nice, who are not a world-beating team. And he gets in the team of the season. Gets in the team of the season in 6 months. 6 months in the French league, team of the season. William Saliba, next to Marquinhos. 6 months, team of the season. People say the French league's not as good. I appreciate that. Do you think Rob Holding could go to France and get in team of the season? Do I think Callum Chambers would get in there? Do I think Pablo Mari would get in there? Pablo Mari would have half a chance, but maybe not. He gets in team of the season in 6 months. Yeah, Arteta's telling this guy, you're not good enough to even be a squad player at Arsenal. I don't get it. Harry says, team of the season, but not as good as Rob Holding. Rob Holding has been at Arsenal for 5 years. He doesn't have one cap for England. Not once. Not once have they even had a few injuries and turned to Rob Holding. I've seen Michael Keane, Connor Cody. You know what I mean? Man are getting call-ups from bottom half of the table teams. Rob Holding hasn't had one cap for England. Yet he plays for Arsenal, a team that has been in the Champions League and Europa League. Obviously, no Europe now. This guy gets in team of the season. When he was at St Etienne, he plays next to Fofana. We all know what's happened with Fofana this season. One of the best centre-backs in the Prem this season. Fofana was the lower... was he the lower... Yeah, the lower rated of the two centre-backs. If I'm William Saliba right now, I'm saying to my agent, get me out. Get me out. I'm not going back there for pre-season to prove myself to this clown. You've already proved yourself. We already know you're good enough. I would have rather if we had that season that we've just had, I would have rather Saliba played during that season, developed, got the experience, and then this season he would have been ready and rearing to go for the Premier League. But now you've made him wait another year. You wasted 6 months in the under-23s. And now you're saying we're prepared to let him go on loan. Out on loan with an obligation to buy a 20-year-old French under-21 international that we paid £27 million for. And instead of that, I think most Arsenal fans are excited about Saliba coming back. One thing I want to make clear here, I'm not saying that Saliba is a world beater. I'm not saying Saliba is going to come to Arsenal and look like Van Dijk or Ruben Diaz. I'm not saying that. Saliba will probably come in and make mistakes. He's 20 years of age. He's never played in the Prem. But what I'm saying is, we know the guy's got a great future. His future's in front of him. The sky's the limit for him. I know where Rob Holding's limit is. He's at that limit already. He's at the ceiling. He's been at the club 5 years. He hasn't really got no better. You know? Why is he not being given a chance? I mean, listen, we know he's had some antics. Yeah, we know that silly video came out and that. But listen, that's just the guy as a footballer. I'll tell you what I think it is. I think that Mikel Arteta has a problem with players with a certain kind of attitude. Now, when Guendouzi left Arsenal to go on loan, Saliba made a comment, I believe, on Insta, saying, you know, basically implying that they freed you from captivity, like that Arsenal basically had you in prison. And I think that's kind of the feeling that maybe Saliba had as well. And I think that Arteta, being this dictator that he is, looked at it and thought, no, I'm done. How dare you question me and my management skills I learnt from Pep Guardiola? I'm telling you now, Arteta is a dictator, mate. He is like, the man's moving like Mugabe, bruv. I'm telling you. Anybody says anything out of line against him, man's putting the foot down. Yo, how can you not listen to me? Bro, you ain't done nothing in your managerial career. Fall back, man. Humble yourself. That FA Cup win, man, I'm telling you, it blew this guy's head off. This guy really thought he was a supreme manager, you know? He's gone mad. Trust me, man. I'm telling you, bro, pure Mugabe business this guy's moving on. Madness. Big up Alfred with a super chat, bro. Said, I stay in Atlanta, Georgia. I lost my parent. My coach was like a parental figure to me. Coaches are like teachers. They are your parent away from home. Bro, listen. Obviously, sorry about your loss. And I echo what you're saying there in terms of when you play full-time football, you know, you're at the ground maybe 6 days a week, 5-6 days a week. You spend so much time with your teammates, your managers, your coaches. You're supposed to grow a strong bond with them. You know, why is Alex Ferguson the most successful manager in Premier League history? He wasn't a supreme tactician or coach. You know, his coaches did most of his dirty work. He was an unbelievable man manager. He knew when to put his arm around people and he knew when to give people a kick up the backside. That was the thing that was so good about him. This is what Arteta clearly doesn't have. He doesn't know when to put his arm around someone. And, you know, he should have looked at Saliba and said, yo, the man's 19. He probably doesn't speak much English. He hasn't played for the first team. He's lost his mum. This guy needs some help. This guy needs some help. I'm just talking on a purely human point of view and a job point of view. I would expect that if someone worked in an office and they were going through that. Never mind professional athlete, where the spotlight is on you and the pressure is on you. The treatment on a purely human level has been absolutely disgraceful from Mikel Arteta. Absolutely disgraceful. And I think it's shocking. I think it's absolutely shocking. As I said, I don't want to act like William Saliba is the next Ruben Diaz, Virgil van Dijk, Sergio Ramos. He may come into the Arsenal team and struggle. You know, let's be honest. But give the guy a chance. Give the guy a chance, man. Like, I don't get it. The way Arteta has treated Saliba has been a disgrace. Arteta out, I can't stand him. Even Martinelli, you know, Martinelli has been dropped from the Olympic squad. He was called up in the initial 30-man squad and they dropped him, you know. Not getting no game time at Arsenal, doesn't get in the squad. Under 23s Brazil. Gabriel made it. You look at self-sustaining model. What you're supposed to do is look after your assets. Players that are going to rise in value. Guendouzi, Saliba, Martinelli, Balogun. These are the players that you look at and you go, right, you manage them right. You're going to have a lot of money on your hands there. Not only are you going to have top players, you're going to have a lot of money there if you ever want to move those players on. You know, Balogun hardly kicked a ball this season. Martinelli. Okay, he did have injury issues earlier in the season. I do let him off with that. But towards the end of the season, didn't give him a chance, you know. Gave Eddie and Nketiah a massive chance, but didn't give him a chance. Didn't give Reece Nelson a chance. Now he's doing something similar with Saliba. And what I want to know, if we're loaning him out with an obligation to buy, how much money is the team going to have to pay for him? Because I don't see us even getting our money back on him. At £27 million, he hasn't played. So if he goes to Newcastle, are Newcastle are gonna say, right, we'll pay 30 million? It's absolutely ludicrous, mate. And I ain't talking about the rapper either. You know, absolutely insane management. And just to remind you, at the end of May, Mikel Arteta was asked in a press conference about William Saliba. He was asked in December, he said, we can expect to see Saliba feature in the first team if he has a good loan. What he went on to say was, when we finish the season, we will sit down and discuss the roles of every member in our squad, how they can fulfill that role. He said, William is our player, so we'll be back for sure. After that, we will make a decision based on an agreement of the role of each player. I mean, he then goes on to say, Arteta revealed he has regrets over the way Saliba's development's been handled. He said, we had 8 central defenders, which is unheard of, but we didn't find the right moment or the right club or the right agreement to move him on in time. Oh, man. He said, in my opinion, we could have used those 4 or 5 months in a better way, but we tried to keep him here till December. I mean, why? To play under 23s? William Saliba was also named Player of the Month in the French League in January. The first month that he'd gone to the club, Player of the Month, bang. 1 month in, Player of the Month, end of the season, Team of the Season. But not good enough for Arsenal, who lost 13 games this season. It's absolutely crazy. And Arteta then went on to say, this was in May, he said, we can expect to see Saliba feature in the first team next season. And he said, William has made massive improvements since going on loan in January. So may I just remind you, right, of what he said there. Saliba will feature for the first team next season, and he has made massive improvements since going on loan to Nice. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers. We believe you, mate. We believe you. He's a politician. I said it many times. And as you've said right there, Boris Johnson's settings are back in full effect. He tells you vote Conservatives, then he knocks down your housing estate. And number 2, he is a dictator. This is Mugabe settings. You are the footballing Mugabe right now, bro. I don't know what's going on with this guy. The guy needs to relax because I don't get it. I don't get why he's so harsh on these young players. Big up Judah with a super chat. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Big up Richard, man. Big up Reedy. Says, big up Big C. Real talk, mate. It's an absolute disgrace. Boris Peptet are up to his old tricks. Deja vu settings. We've seen it before and we will see it again, I'm telling you. Mikel Biden, bruv. Yo, I'm telling you. Straight politician business this guy's dealing with. PR Arteta. Trust the PR process. Big up Outgun. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate your support on the channel. Ben White will flop big style. Well, that's harsh, but hey. Can't jump, can't defend, holding 2.0. Wants to play as a centre mid. Ainsley Maitland-Niles 2.0. Only good at dribbling and weak. Ceballos 2.0. No way he's better than Saliba. Absolute clown show. I have to admit, I spoke to somebody who watches Brighton. And I said to him, like, yo, how good is this Ben White? I've seen him a few times. He said, look, Brighton rate the guy highly because he's a bit more of a modern day centre-back, if you like, in terms of, you know, he's a ball-playing centre-back. He gets on the ball. Similarities to John Stones. But he said to me, he said, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. He said, Ben White is not a better defender than Lewis Dunk. He said, if you're talking straight defensive abilities, he said, Lewis Dunk is their best centre-back. So, you know, is that the kind of defender we need? Maybe he is a slight improvement on Rob Holding, but for £45 million, which is what they're saying we're going to pay for him, is he a big enough improvement? Time will tell, but it's an interesting one. Yeah, Mikel Dictator, mate, proper. Arteta's man management is very, very questionable. His handling of Saliba could deter good young players coming to us while he is there. Bro, 100%. Imagine Arsenal now go for Houssem Aouar right now. Aouar is in the French under-21 squad that Guendouzi is captain of, by the way. If he gets a bid, gets an offer from Arsenal, he's sitting there, he's on international duty, and he goes to Guendouzi. What do you think about that, Mikel Arteta? What do you think Guendouzi's going to say to him? What do you think Saliba would say to him? Oh, let me ring Saliba. Saliba's at Arsenal. He's just been on loan back in France. What are Saliba and Guendouzi going to say to Houssem Aouar? Don't go anywhere near that manager. That's what they're going to say. And these words from players have an influence on moves, you know? Neil says, big up Curtis, Saliba should be smart. Arteta will be sacked by October. Well, that would be interesting. He could turn around and say, look, I'm going on loan, but I'm not allowing the club to have an obligation to buy me. because I believe this manager will get sacked. So it'd be listen. I would have loved to have seen Arsene Wenger manage William Saliba rather than Mikel Arteta. I've always maintained, give this clown nothing. Listen, he should have gone. I've said it many times. The day that Antonio Conte became available, they should have gone for him. That would, for me, I would have been happier with that being our marquee signing of the summer. Get Antonio Conte and get this clown out of it. That for me would have been the biggest signing. But Arsenal aren't about that life, man. They'll wait until it all goes wrong, then they'll sack him. It will be too late. Like we said before, man. Someone reiterated it yesterday. The first time that Man United or someone like that hit a real bad spell, Conte will go to a club like that and we'll miss the opportunity. Typical of Arsenal waiting around. They'll miss out on him. Let's see what you're saying in the comments, people. Our biggest signings need to be replacing Arteta and Edu. Do you know what? I was kind of defending Edu, but I'm losing faith in this guy very, very quickly, man. Ben White is a decent player, but too short for a dominant centre-back. Would be better as a DM. I mean, listen. Why don't Arsenal just go and buy Basuma if that's the case, if we want a DM? Outgun said, I'm happy to be proved wrong, but I'm just not convinced 45 million price tag. Arsenal need to do business ASAP. Big up Outgun. Listen, any of you guys who've watched Ben White a bit more than me, I've only seen him play a handful of times. So I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert on him. Gives me John Stones vibes, really. Not the tallest, decent on the ball, comfortable, reads the game well, not the biggest, not the most physical. And like I said, the guy who I know who knows a lot about Brighton, he says that Dunk is better. Listen, it doesn't mean it's gospel, but he just said Dunk is a much better defender. J84 said the comic relief from Curtis during these therapy sessions and updates have been nothing short of sensational. Bro, it's wild. It's absolutely wild, D Guna said, big up you, Curtis. I told you this fraud is not going to give a chance to the poor guy, Saliba. DV said, so Big C, you're listening to tabloid rumours instead of the coach's words. Well, at the moment, so many people are reporting it that I just think there's no smoke without fire. As you said, the manager said it, but I've heard this manager say things before and they haven't come to fruition. Listen, if he keeps him, plays him, I'll hold my hands up. It was just press, speculation. But a lot of people are saying it, and that worries me. Ilya said, I think Ben White is a good defender, but not at the expense of Saliba. Mikel is probably just looking for more yes men. However, great players all have some sort of ego. And you make some great points there. It shouldn't turn into, if Saliba goes and Ben White comes in, that we dislike Ben White because he came in at Saliba. It's not his fault. We should be signing Ben White if Ben White's the defender you want and adding him to William Saliba. If we started next year with Gabriel and Pablo Mari as our two left-sided centre-halves, and then you've got Saliba and Ben White as your two right-sided, you've also got Holding and Chambers. I think one of them would potentially have moved on if we'd have kept Saliba and added Ben White. They would have been half-decent options. So it's a shame because for a fact that if Ben White comes in and he joins us at the expense of Saliba, we're going to compare him all season. And he's going to be in a very difficult situation. And that's not a fair situation to be put in because of your manager. Ruben said, shout out Curtis, much respect from Toronto. Thank you very much, bro. Appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to like the video, people. Over 1,100 of you in here. Amazing support. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Can we hit 30k by the start of the Premier League season? Absolutely crazy, man. But yeah, as I said, all the press are now saying that Arsenal are accelerating with their move for Ben White. Apparently, Arsenal are close to agreeing a deal of £45 million for Ben White, with a potential $5 million in add-on. So you're looking at $50 million, the most expensive defender in the history of Arsenal Football Club. Ben White seems a bit crazy, don't it, when you say that? You know, Liverpool's most expensive is Van Dijk, Man City's is Ruben Diaz, as is Ben White. What worries me about Ben White, I think when you pay £50 million for a centre-back, there should be as close as possible to a guarantee he will significantly improve your defence. Whilst I think Ben White does have talent, I don't think there's a guarantee that he makes us that much better. And that's what worries me about the price tag. Jake Snack said, Curtis, 30k before Orlando. Oh, man, listen, I'm really hoping that apparently there's supposed to be one of the potential announcements tomorrow and one in a couple of weeks to see whether they open up travel between the UK and the US. So I'm hoping that I can get over to Florida, man, for the tour at the end of July. So let's see. This Ben White guy doesn't convince me. Not me either, bro. Not for 50 million. I think he's decent, but 50 mil, not sure. Shinar said, who would you like, Grealish or Maddison? Grealish for me. Brilliant again yesterday for England alongside Arsenal star boy Saka. We will get onto that shortly. But yeah, the Ben White situation, £50 million, you know, for Ben White. And they're reporting it all over the place now. I mean, they're saying here, good signing for Arsenal on Sky, although they are putting question mark. I mean, he got in the England squad ahead of the likes of Ben Godfrey, who I think is a decent centre-back. But when you look, Godfrey costs 25. This guy is going to cost 50. John Layat said, big up Curtis, if Mikel Arteta sells Saliba, that's not fair at all. Also, I want to see a number 10 instead of a centre-back. What is this? Mate, this is Mikel Arteta, the dictatorship, the Mugabe of football right now. Darren Eastman, people, smash the likes and subscribe. Yeah, let's do that, people. Let's get the likes up. Can we hit 1,000 likes? We got over 1,200 of you in here now. Appreciate the support. Grealish and Conte. Yeah, listen, that's a dream summer. How likely are any of them to happen? Very unlikely. Fateh said, big up Curtis, 30k soon. Yeah, God willing, man. Let's hope so. Yo, bro, don't you guys like competition? If we have White, Rob, and Saliba, competition improves players, you know. Yeah, but the problem is, Mr. Gunner, we're not talking about competition. We're talking about selling one for bringing one in. Surely with David Luiz going out, Saliba comes in, you then maybe get rid of a Holding or a Chambers and you bring in Ben White. I don't get it. Makes no sense. Sionchu is a beast. Yeah, decent, although Turkey had a bad tournament. Run the likes up, my people. This is elite content right here. Big up Curtis. Yeah, big up, people. So, yeah, Ben White. Anybody who's got a bit more inside knowledge into Ben White, let me know what you think. How good is he? Is he much better than Holding? Is he worth 50 million? I know Gareth Southgate was talking very highly of him, saying that, you know, again, they all refer to him as a modern-day centre-back, which always makes me think you're probably really good, you know, getting on the ball and passing around and stuff, but maybe you're not an immense defender. Darren said priorities is right back, centre mid, cam, and backup left back before a new centre back. Yeah, I agree with that. But there's just so little movement at the moment. You know, no one's left, no one's signed. I was kind of hoping Bellerin would be gone right now, but he's still not. Big up Curtis. Ben White is coming in as a number 10. Relax, everyone. Yeah, probably is. E-Dubs, big up Curtis. Legendary. Get Wax online on the channel. Yeah, big up Wax, man. I've been on his channel before, actually. I do need to get him over here, man. So, yeah, I always say anyway, let me know any collabs that you would like to see. I am speaking to a few people at the moment about trying to get some collabs going. So let me know who you'd like to see. Yeah, people, I will be streaming as well tonight, 7:30. Portugal v France. Massive game. If Portugal lose, they could be out the competition. The European holders as well on their way out at the moment. Let's see if Cristiano Ronaldo can turn it around, man. France already through, but they obviously want to win the group. And obviously England, that game could have implications on who England face next week. So make sure you join me for that. Moving on anyway. Some good news for Arsenal, hopefully, is this what Fabrizio was tweeting. Roma are working to complete both Rui Patricio and Granit Xhaka deals in the next few days. Jose Sol will be the new... we don't care about that bit, but Xhaka is pushing to join Roma. AFC working to complete the agreement. Apparently... Arsenal want 20 million euros. They've offered about 17 million, 3 million euros. If they really want him, come on, just get the deal done. And I think this deal will be done. I think even if they meet in between and it's 18.5 or 19 million, I think this deal will be done. I think Xhaka will leave. Couple years left on his deal. Seems like he really wants to go and play for Mourinho. Who can blame him? You know, Mourinho is a better manager than Arteta. So I expect this deal to be completed. I think you'll see more transfer activity now with the fact that teams are being knocked out of the Euros and, you know, Copa America teams will start getting knocked out. So players will return back to their homes and then they will sit down with their agents and deal with transfer business. So I would expect Xhaka to be gone. They're saying in the next few days. So maybe sometime this week, Granit Xhaka will have finally left the football club. I really hope personally that deal gets completed. I think sometimes you've just got to take a hit. If you think he's worth 20 but they offer 17, take 18. Just get the deal done. We've made a mistake and we've got to get it done. It wouldn't surprise me if Jose trolled us and just backed out of the deal. I remember when he was the Chelsea manager and we tried to sign, I think, Demba Ba on loan and the deal was happening. And at the last minute, Jose just pulled the plug, on the deal. It's because I was reading this. Scott from Red Cannon TV, top bloke. Yeah, big up Scott. I've been on his channel as well. Again, I want to get some of these people on here. I will get Scott on my channel as well. He's got some good content on there as well. So go and check his channel out. I'll genuinely celebrate the day Granit Xhaka leaves us, man. I'm tired of this mediocrity. 100%. 100%. Man said I'd take 17 million pennies for Xhaka. I think most of us would, man. Just get him out. Big up from Ethiopia. Big up to you, bro. I know a bit off topic. Did you ever try Indomie noodles? I have tried them. They're nothing special, really. I don't see... They're all right. You know, they're all right. But I don't know what the hype was about for your boy Thomas Partey. I think he needs to lay off the noodles, man. Get some hard food. Saeed is always a good guest. Yeah, me and Saeed are going to try and do some more regular shows, man, because a lot of people enjoyed the shows. We have a good laugh as well, man. Better manager would be a great signing for real. It would be a great signing, but it's not going to happen. We're stuck with this guy for at least another 6 months, I would say, or 3 or 4 months, you know. So it's all gonna depend how the season starts. You know, he needs to get some signings done. And at the moment, we haven't signed anyone. That's the problem. Let's have a look. What you're saying? Bring in expressions. Yeah, do you know what? I spoke to X. I'm going to try and get him on. I saw him at football about 2 weeks ago, and he said, you know, during the Euros would be the best time to do something, obviously, with no like club football content. So, yeah, can definitely try and get that. Rants again. I've spoke to him. Hopefully, we'll get that done. Hugh Wizzy, we've spoke online. He's just very busy, but he said, listen, when we're both free, we'll get that done as well. So look out for them. We will get them done. Hybrid squad. Of course, I always have Kev on here. I haven't had Sophie on here yet. Get Lee Chappie on. Yeah, listen, we could do that. That'd be for maybe a Leicester preview. Me and Deluded, we done loads of content. We will definitely do more in the coming weeks as well, you know. So, yeah, we'll do that. Right, what else we got? Listen, how proud were all Arsenal fans last night? I think we all kind of felt like proud parents watching this man just thrive and just... I have to admit, right, this guy has surprised me. You know, I got to be real with you. I think he's a fantastic player, but I think he's even better than I actually thought he was. I got to be totally honest. I always thought he was a top young player, but I think he's even better than I thought he was, man. This guy it's his temperament. His temperament is unbelievable. And the way he just dealt with them, man, yesterday, man. Listen, I said it at the start of this tournament. Anybody who watched the preview that I did before this tournament started, I said England playing Phil Foden on the right will not get much out of him. The system doesn't suit him. The England team is not collective enough in this style of football. They're a bit like Arsenal. So Foden will just look like a normal right winger. And when you play him right wing, he's not that great. He's better for Man City when he drifts into little pockets and that. Saka has more individual like athleticism than Foden. He's a runner. He's powerful. He's more direct. He was fantastic last night. He was absolutely brilliant. Man of the match. Most take-ons in the first half of any player, I think it said, in any England game so far in this tournament. He was just, the cross that Grealish put in, Saka nearly headed it in, went just over his head. Obviously, Sterling got it and scored at the back post. But I was just, honestly, I felt proud of him. I felt like he was my stepson or something yesterday. The Arsenal bias was just taking over me, but I just thought, what a player. And for me, I think he has to start the next England game. I think Foden now, you either play Foden in the 10 or you drop him. There's no way you can drop Saka after that performance. Jamie said, I completely agree with you, Curtis. Also thought he had a lower ceiling than Martinelli. Now Saka seems unstoppable. Because the thing is, he's taken everything in his stride. Got in the Europa League, dealt with it. Got in the Prem team, dealt with it. Europa League, again this season, done really well. Guess in the England team, thrives, he's got the new contract. Touch wood, no injury problems. We know that Martinelli's had injury problems. He's struggling to get in the team. Brazil, the under-23s have dropped him now. So Saka seems to have overtaken Martinelli. And I honestly thought Martinelli, like you said, I honestly thought he had a higher ceiling. But this guy, yeah, for real, man, star boy. I'm so glad we've got him signed on a long-term contract. And he just, I think he did Arsenal fans proud yesterday, man. It was great to see. Yeah, Lee Judges, definitely will do something with Lee. Big up Dan Potts as well. We'll sort that out. Someone saying, have you kept in touch with Daniel Blanguna? Yeah, we still talk. I've been on his channel. Again, definitely want to get more people on here over the next couple of weeks as the Arsenal content starts to line up. Humility as well. Yeah, listen, the guy's humble, man. He just talks, he keeps himself very grounded, talks about his family and praises God in the interview. And I saw an interview with Raheem Sterling where he was bigging him up, saying, what a character he is. Said that he's so popular in the dressing room, and it's great to hear all that, man. I think we should be very proud as a fan base. We haven't got too many players to be proud of right now at Arsenal. Let's keep it 100. But this guy is just fantastic. And for me, like I said, the next England game, he has to start. And big up Alfred with a super chat. He said, Curtis, are you coming to Florida for pre-season? It would be nice to meet you, not on no Eminem Stanish. Nah, listen, bro. If there's meant to be an announcement tomorrow, and it's actually my birthday tomorrow, as I said before, I share the same birthday as the GOAT, Lionel Messi. So, it's a good day to share with someone. Someone said in the comments the other day their birthday was the same day as Kolasinac. Not quite as glamorous as Messi, but hey, it is what it is. So, yeah, birthday tomorrow. And I'm hoping, apparently there's a government announcement tomorrow. So I'm hoping that the US is put onto the green list, allowing for UK travel there. If that happens, then I'll definitely be trying to come over for the US tour next month. But we'll have to see, man. I won't hold my breath. Mr. Epic said, my B-day is the 25th. Hey, man, big up, bro. Big up. Just one day after. Let's have a look. Yeah, man, birthday settings, bro. Mine's with Mourinho. Hey, he's still a great manager, man. You still can't deny what he is. What else we got, people? So yeah, Xhaka on his way out. Obviously our boy Saka thriving, doing his thing. What else was there? Just checking if there's anything else really. I think obviously we were looking at this was one final one that I wanted to look at on on the Chris Wheatley story. Man said I share the same birthday as Jenkinson. I mean, you're better than Jenkinson, I'm sure, man. That guy, I still don't know how that guy made it to Arsenal. I actually played against Cole Jenkinson years ago. He was playing for a team called Eastbourne, and the guy didn't even stand out. And this was in the Conference Prem. You know, how this guy ended up at Arsenal, I will never, ever know. People say he won a competition. Gas Rider said, my birthday's with Easy E. That beats you all. That's a legendary one, man. Keep the great content. I'll probably do a birthday stream, though. I'll do something tomorrow, man. Don't worry. We'll still be active. Clive said, fixture thoughts. Just tuning in. Listen, Brentford, it depends on who we sign, mate. That could be a very tough start. But this I thought was interesting. Chris Wheatley just added this to his story, and he said, and a player that he interviewed, he said an academy player told his agent last season that Saliba is the best centre-back at the club. Will be interesting to see how this one unfolds, as there is a huge clamour from fans to see Saliba play for Arsenal. And Chris Wheatley did an interview where he was talking about this comment that he made. And I saw some other stuff where they were saying that this academy player, whoever it is, obviously doesn't want to reveal his name, was saying that he's the most supreme athlete, you know, out of all the centre-backs at the football club. And I think you can see that when you look at, you know, Pablo, Mari, Chambers, Holding, even Gabriel. They're not really quick centre-backs. I think they look at Saliba as, listen, he's big, he's quick, he reads the game well, he's aggressive. And, you know, I think people are very surprised that he's not getting a chance. We'll do a member stream later on this week, and I'll get some of you on again. So big up all the members as well. I may even do that just on some general videos and get people on. But no, we'll do a member stream this week. So look out for that. Yeah, Chris Wheatley's doing a video with Babs. He is. Yeah, I've spoken to Chris as well about coming on. So yeah, I think he's starting to get himself out there a lot more now. So yeah, I think you'll see him on many channels. I think he was on. He's been on a few channels the last few weeks. So I think he's the new Fabrizio. Same day as Rivaldo. That's not a bad one, man. Rivaldo is one of the best players I've seen, left-footed players. You got the same day as Yaya Sanogo. It's not the guy you really want to be linked to a visit. But yeah, the academy player anyway said that Saliba is just a supreme athlete. But unfortunately, Mikel Arteta does not think so. People, appreciate you all tuning in. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, I will try and get back on tomorrow. I'll do a birthday stream tomorrow. I will be back on tonight, 7:30. Portugal against France. Live watch along. Make sure you tune in for that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I think this will be the perfect picture for me to leave you with for the day. I think this says everything about the manager that we have at the football club. And I will see you tonight, 7:30 for the watch along, or 2 p.m. tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bless.